On Christmas Eve 2002, the last tractor to be built at Massey Ferguson's Banner Lane factory in Coventry rolled off the production line, bringing to an end 56 years of tractor production at one of the biggest and most successful agricultural manufacturing plants the world has ever known. Massey Ferguson's parent company Agco's decision to close the factory sent shockwaves through the agricultural and British manufacturing industries, devastating over 1,200 dedicated workers and the local community. For over 50 years, the Banner Lane factory had been recognised as one of the largest tractor production plants in the world, its name synonymous with the power and prestige of Massey Ferguson's dominance in the agricultural industry. This programme looks at the spectacular rise and demise of this powerhouse of agricultural manufacturing, highlighting how and why the factory managed to become so successful so quickly, through the decades of achievement and excellence, and ultimately to the sad closure, which signified a black day for British manufacturing and the agricultural industry. With the future now distressingly certain, the workers were left to count down the days to the plant's closure, and within just a few short months, the moment they had all been dreading was upon them. The months leading up to the closure had been a painful time for the factory workers, but the last few days would be unbearable. After 56 years of building tractors, the time had come for Banner Lane to begin building the last tractor.
Can you imagine the chap puts his last wheel on and looks round and that's it, there's no more. Thank you very much, and goes. That was, you know, the way I felt looking at the poor lads, you know. Good, and there were a lot of good lads, good engineers, good men. Good men. The last one, starting from the gearbox area, you know, all the lads signed their name on the gearbox before it was fitted onto the chassis and then the engine as it went, and I followed that tractor all the way through, right through till it come off the line on the Christmas Eve.
As the last tractor progressed through the process, it starts its life off in the unit build area where the axle's built, the transmission's built and the pump. People were annoyed, angry, very emotional. Most people were emotional, as you can imagine, with their long service here. And I was personally worried for the younger employees who had a family to support and mortgages to pay. Whereas I was at the end of my majority of my working life, as a lot of employees were. A lot of people weren't, and you had to feel for them as regards their future. And they were worried, obviously, as regards what would the future hold for them. It could have been quite easy to throw the teddy out the cot totally and not respond in the manner that we would like to see, but they behaved in a manner that was excellent, really, considering the situation.
People were, or the guys were packing things away, and it was difficult because everything you did was for the last time. So, you know, if you had a sort of a tool or an implement, you put it away and you weren't coming back the next day to get it out again.
And that day was sad. It was sad. I was on the track there at about 7:10 in the morning on the drop section, ready for it to come up its last leg, and I followed it right through until it came up.
Things had closed down as the tractor was built. So where the tractor started its life on a Tuesday, by Wednesday, there was just the final lines that were finished. So that was the last sort of tractor build. The guys that had done it, say, 2 or 3 days before, they'd had time to sort of, you know, get over it as best you could. But the guys on the final lines had it still to come. The last panel, you know, the last emblem. And you could genuinely see people getting very emotional. And it was strange because it wasn't like one tractor going down the line. It was a line of tractors, and the last one was the last one. So it became more dynamic in terms of, you know, that's it. So it was pretty devastating. And the realisation of it all could never be experienced until that particular day.
You see the last unit going down the lines, and then it works its way through the facility onto the main finishing lines, and following it is empty. There's a vacuum. There's nothing there. Very sad to see that, and very sad to know that nothing's going to follow it either. That is it. A very bitter pill to swallow on that last day. A very sad day, an end of an era, one may say.